to FountainFX on Wednesday the 19th of March 2014. We are looking at the Euro US dollar on the daily, and as you can see today, it's like price has just dropped off a cliff in terms of how much it's moved. Just to highlight some areas that we needed to be aware of prior to this is that if we look at this wick here, we can see that there was a big long wick at this point, and that was showing selling pressure for when price got up to the 139.60 area and pushed price all the way down to the 138.50. So that was over 100 points movement in that one day. Since then, price has been trying bit by bit to get back up. It did pull down here, and as with the long wick, we can see that there was buying pressure coming through. But literally, since the open today, the sellers have all come in and just pushed the price steadily down. Now, we can switch over to the news, see if there's anything that could possibly have caused that to show strong dollar strength. Let's just see if there's anything else that we can be aware of. And the only thing that's really standing out is at 8 o'clock this evening, which is currently happening, there's economic projections and there's an economic statement coming out from Yellen, who's the basically the head of the US Federal Reserve. So therefore we need to go and see what kind of statements she's been bringing out. And talks about tapering yet again, and that's about tapering the US debt, reducing their amount of debt production by $10 billion a month. So let's just see how that has impacted the actual market, and see if it was around about 8 o'clock in the evening when we started to see the collapse in the Euro US dollar. And if we switch over to the 15-minute chart, we can see that very much today price has been sort of channeling up and down, no problem at all. And then literally, look, at 8 o'clock tonight, Cape Town time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today, New York time, that was the close of that one after 15 minutes, and the open of the next candlestick, which is as her announcement comes through, that's how price has fallen. So how could we have traded this? Using simple technical analysis. If we look at this being a level of resistance and we draw a line straight across, there's our area of resistance across the top. If we then take another trend line and we draw our support line running from the bottom up, I need a slight adjustment here because I'm going to run it from the body of the candlesticks. So there we go, we have a triangle, an ascending triangle, but we're actually looking at consolidation in price. Price is flattening out. And when we get a break in this triangle, then we take the trade. We could have waited until it broke below this area of support here, just below the 139.10, just to be sure of it, and then taken our short. And as we can see, we would have got involved in that very nice long short on the Euro US dollar. We'd be 50 points up by now. If we now go and quickly go down to a lower time frame, we can now look at how we can manage it once we're in on our trade, to be able to manage our exit and make sure that we don't get caught out on the wrong side and watch price whip all the way back up. We can actually run with our trend line running from high to high. So that's the high there, comes back down, it's created a lower high here and has pushed back down. If we notice, price has now got down to a low and it's not breaking below that. So the actual momentum, downwards momentum, has stopped. It's not pushing down any further. It's starting to have a sideways move. We can see that the MACD is no longer in a downward momentum. The actual downwards momentum is starting to decline. So this could be a great place in which to say, well, look, I can either exit and take profit now around about the 138.44, but it is down near to this area support. I want to see if it breaks through, but certainly I can bring a stop down and I can place a stop around about the 138.60, which means I'm going to be banking in around about 50 points worth of profit and see what happens. See what's going to happen on the close of this candlestick. We've got that was an upwards move. We're now getting a doji form. Shows indecision. you can see from this that the momentum, the downward momentum, has ceased. It's stalled, it's stopped. The initial reaction to the news was up here. It's pushed price down from the 139.20 all the way down to just below the 138.50. A good 70-75 points move. Personally, if it was me, I'd say thank you very much and I'd take off my profit. I'd say what an awesome trade. I've just taken 50-60 points out of the market in less than 1 hour. I'd be very happy with that. Now, as we wait and we come back to the market a few minutes later, we can see that price starting to stall at around about the 138.40, 138.44. It did eventually break through and push lower. I've adjusted my trend line to use that as a form of if it gets broken, then that's a way to get out. But by moving your stop down to the 138.60, you wouldn't have been taken out at this point. And we've given it time to allow price to break below this area of support at the 138.44, and it's continuing down. So as the momentum continues, despite the fact that the MACD is showing a declining downward momentum, price is still pushing down. It's still breaking lower. So rather than cut your profits, this is a great opportunity for you to let your profits run. And with this simple technique, just continue to let the market move. And I would now bring my stop down to 138.50, just above this area. Let the price continue to roll. When it breaks above here, then I could do a simple limit order and exit. So now with the trend line here, we're looking at if price breaks above and breaks out, you're probably going to get out around about the 138.30 or the 138.35. If you were in around about the 139.10, we are talking about 80 points of profit. Now, to consider this, if you're working full time, that you can come out maybe once or twice a month, look at news that's coming out of the US market that's going to give you an opportunity to trade at 8 o'clock in the evening because you're based in Cape Town, not in New York or California. So you can take advantage from US news that comes out and take a nice trade like this probably once or twice a month. And if you're trading one lot, which is $1,000, 11,000 rands, from one lot, you will have made, with 80 points of profit, you will have made $800. So you will have taken your 11,000 rands and turned it into 8,800 rands in less than an hour. So that's the power of trading Forex. And happy trading from FountainFX.